Two brothers, Mohammed and Khaled, pace around their home. They're anxious, agitated, and talking over each other. I asked them to show me what happened.
They came in through the windows, the Israelis?
Yes, they turned the bed upside down. The house, as you can see, is in tatters. They came through here, says Mohammed, pointing at a smashed window. 3 of his teenage sons were taken away by the troops, among more than 300 Israel detained during its 3-day assault into Jenin camp. It said the raids targeted a terrorism refuge and there would no longer be a hiding place in Jenin. But Mohammed says his teenage sons had nothing to do with the gunmen. Their mother's face turned pale. She wanted to bid them farewell, but the soldiers refused, the men tell me. He shows me upstairs, where the furniture is on its side and a cushion is taped to the window ledge. The soldiers placed a sniper here to fire at people. They fired countless rounds from here, says Mohammed, and he points his arms in the shape of a rifle through the broken panes and towards the street below. Jenin refugee camp was born of the wars surrounding Israel's creation. Nearly all here are descendants of the displaced from 1948. It lies at the north of the occupied West Bank, but at the cliff edge of this conflict, a new generation has given up on any political outcome, abandoning the formal Palestinian leadership and taking up arms to shoot at the Israeli army during its raids into the camp to search, arrest and kill. Those have grown as gunmen from Jenin have accounted for part of the surge in deadly attacks against Israelis over the last year. But as ordinary Palestinians contend with shrinking space and a void of proper rights and political prospects, more of them are rejecting the institutions set up 3 decades ago in a now moribund peace process. Meanwhile, Israel has the most extreme government in its history, claiming exclusive Jewish rights to all the land. And so the future seems increasingly bleak and violent.
Well, I'm walking along a street that's been entirely ripped up. Chunks of tarmac are strewn everywhere. We're below the street level. There's gravel and rubble. The Israelis ripped these things up with armoured diggers, bulldozers, D9s they're called, to detonate, they said, roadside bombs that may have been planted. But what it's done is left this not as a place where ordinary life can carry on. You can't do anything here. And people are walking in the dust. There's dozens of them coming out in safety for the first time. And the look on their faces is shock, anguish, disbelief.
I see this such as earthquake.
It's like an earthquake.
Yes, yeah. Such as earthquake. That's happened in Syria before. You see that?
What effect will it have on the community? What effect does it have on you when this happens? How do you feel?
I say to the international community to stand with us, with the refugees, with the Palestinian people against this occupation.
I speak to Ala Bouakne, who says she took her children and became trapped in her neighbour's house as her own home came under fire. We stayed about 30 hours besieged in the same room, hearing missiles, jets, bombing and bullets. We could hear people trapped in the street and pleading for help. We stayed there without water, electricity or internet, she says. And at the funerals, the crowds are thousands strong. The march makes its way towards the homes of the dead. Masked men carry guns, others the flags of Islamic Jihad.
They're bringing the bodies through all the streets of what remains of the camp. And every time this happens, you realise how the anger grows. The Israelis called this targeted, but what you feel here is how it is an entire community that feels its results.